the unibrow, or should I call it the monobrow. So I made a short a few months ago of me taking my unibrows after doing it after 2 months of having it, and that video popped up with 21,000 views, and I'm grateful for. But people in the comment section were like commenting, should you really take off your unibrow? If so, how do you do it? Do you like pluck it, shave it, wax it? And we get a laser treatment for it. So in this video, I make a full-length video of how I take out my unibrow and the ways I do it. Why you should never use other methods, which I'm going to talk. But I'm going to tell you, if you guys have a unibrow, okay, and you're comfortable having it, and you don't want to take it out, because if it suits you and you're comfortable with it, that's great. But in my opinion, my personal story, I don't like having it. Okay, I don't think it looks good on me, but I know like a lot of celebrities, like some models, they have it, which is fine, which is cool. But for me, I'll tell you, when I was in secondary school, I was 15 or 14, and I had the thickest unibrow. You don't understand. I had the thickest. Not only I was one of the only boys in the year who had a full beard, but my unibrow was so obvious. Like, you do not understand how many people was saying to me,
take out. It does not look nice on you. It does not look good on you. Please take out your unibrow. Okay? It looks weird.
And when I look back at it, I should have done it sooner. Which I did, but I used the wrong method, which I'm going to talk at the end of the video. I didn't like having unibrow. And you know what? 2 days ago, I took it out. You can see here, like, it's all clear. Yeah, I know there's a little bit of hair, but that's because I done it like a few days ago. So where do you start? Okay, firstly, get a grooming kit. If you know where your nearest like drugstore is or any other stores, like a grooming kit consists of like for example scissors, tweezers, which we're gonna use, nail cutters, and then I think they're less than £5 here. But I would recommend to get it. So before you start, I want you to get a tissue and put warm water, not hot or cold, just put warm water over the unibrows. Put it for 3 seconds. This is to make it easier to pluck it, which we're gonna do. I understand when you start plucking the unibrows with tweezers, it can cause discomfort and it might cause some bleeding as well, which I've gotten sometimes in the past. But because I've been doing it for a few years now, it became much easier. When you get the tweezer, just take out the unibrow, but before you do that, take out the unibrow in the direction that it's pulling. So for example, you see the top of the unibrow, if it's pointing at the left or pointing at the right, I want you to pull it from the tweezer in that direction. But do it gently, do not pull it do not be aggressive with it, just do it gently and take steps while doing it. But if you want to know another shortcut, no pun intended, what I did actually, I think I done it a few months ago, I got the little scissors and I trimmed bits of my unibrow, and it was a little bit short. And after I did that, I plugged it in, which made it much easier. So after you do that, after you take it out, I want you to use a lotion, which I didn't do. I just used CeraVe for it. But you may ask, in order to avoid the eyebrow section, at first when I was recording this video, when I was recording the other video of me doing it, I used a comb, and I used a comb to avoid doing my eyebrow area. What I would say is it didn't really work for me. It was a bit harder to pluck it. Say for example, if I use the comb in my left hand and plucking it from my right, it can be really difficult to hold that comb and take out unibrows. You might be going over the eyebrow, which you don't want to do. We just want to take out this middle bit. So what I say is, which worked for me is better to put your hand before the start of the unibrow, so you can do it slowly, know which hairs you're supposed to take out. That method worked for me. Trust me, plucking, you get used to it. It does not hurt at all. If you pull the hair from the direction I said before, it makes it much easier. For me, you have to be consistent with it. I admit, I have not been that consistent with unibrows that much. Sometimes I leave it for 1 month, but if say I'm not bothered to pluck it, get a tweezer, I trim it with scissors. Even though there's some little hairs in it, it's very hard to see. So we're going to talk about the other methods, which not to do. When I started doing it, I used a razor. I used to try and shave my unibrow. This is wrong. You should not do this at all. No guy do not do this. Okay, if you're doing this, stop it. Because when you do that, you still have some hairs left and it will grow much faster and it will look more thicker. You do not want to do that. With a tweezer, however, when you pluck it, it's taking all the hair from the root. That's why tweezers, as I said before, is better. Another method is waxing. I knew a few people, like my friend and my relative, who done this, and I personally wouldn't do it because when you like wax it, I understand it can be painful sometimes, but also you don't really remove all of the hair. You have to do it a couple of times to try and take all of it, and there'll be a lot of redness. And say like you do wax it, it can literally like make your whole unibrow not be kept clean. Like for example, it would like wax some bits here and some bits here, which I personally wouldn't do. And another method, laser treatment. Okay, I don't know nothing about lasers. I know a lot of people who do laser treatments. I know it's expensive, and I know it does take a really long time. That's when lasers basically like you want to remove the hair permanently. I would not recommend that. I would say, in my opinion, to do your research before you do this. I understand you don't want like you do not want to like have hairs. As I said, best to do your research. I personally wouldn't do it because I feel like it would be easier to like to take it out by plucking it all the time and keeping it neat. Guys, in the conclusion, so get a grooming kit and get a tweezer. Put tissue over the unibrows with warm water and pluck it from the direction where the like unibrow is heading towards. Or you can use scissors to trim it and pluck it with the tweezer afterwards. Now after that, it's optional to like if you want to use like soap or lotion or moisturizer to like moisture the unibrow. So guys, if you like this video, my name is Bill Huss. I talk about self-improvement, male grooming and fragrance. I want you to subscribe to my channel and comment down below and let me know what do you think about this video and what do you think about the methods I recommend. Are you going to try it? If not, comment down below. But thanks guys for watching. Take care.